Hello, my name is Brian Scott. I'm the Executive Director of OurJourney. OurJourney is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that seeks to help men in North Carolina re-enter society after their incarceration. Every year in North Carolina, approximately 20,000 prisoners rejoin us in freedom, moving into our neighborhoods, seeking employment, trying to find their way and avoid returning to prison. Unfortunately, we know that many of these men do in fact return. The recidivism rate in North Carolina is 35%. Think about that. Over 1 in every 3 men who are released from prison in this state will return. This should disturb everyone, regardless of political affiliation or racial or socioeconomic distinction. Even those who believe we should be tough on crime understand that when a man reoffends and returns to prison, he isn't just damaging his own life and future, but also leaving behind a trail of grief and yet more victims. This is truly a cycle of sorrow. Amidst these disturbing thoughts, however, there is hope. The data also tell us that if a former prisoner can stay free for 3 years, 36 months, the chances that he will return to prison plummet. So what makes the difference during those first 36 months? Obviously, that answer will vary depending on the person, but OurJourney believes we have a good idea. In fact, you might say we have inside information. 3 of our board members are former prisoners. Our chief operating officer is also a former prisoner, and so am I. That's why it's called OurJourney, because we have walked that path and experienced both the pain of prison and the joy of freedom. We know what it's like to cross over from life behind the razor wire to life beyond it. The anxiousness, the uncertainty, the hopefulness, and yes, the struggle of rebuilding our lives after repaying our debt. We understand that while each of us has had a separate journey, we are all connected by a shared experience and a duty to help our brothers find their own best lives in freedom. We want to help end that cycle of sorrow. And we aren't alone. We are grateful that many have joined us at OurJourney who, though never experiencing incarceration themselves, have either had loved ones who have, or are just wise and compassionate enough to understand the importance of our cause. In fact, just recently, one of our board members asked me a penetrating question, one that I have given much thought to since she posed it. 10 years from now, she asked, what will be OurJourney's legacy? What do we want to become? We know we can't be all things to all people and that there are wonderful programs and people, both inside state government and outside it, who are already part of the solution. What will OurJourney contribute? Well, we have a lot of dreams and a lot of hopes. And eventually I would love for OurJourney to become a comprehensive organization that tackles the problem of recidivism from multiple angles. Right now, however, we have decided to focus our attention on providing assistance during the very first few critical days after a man is released from prison. In the summer of 2022, OurJourney launched its First Aid Reentry Kit program, partnering with Nash Correctional Institution in Nash County to provide reentry kits to every man returning to society from Nash. This kit contains up to 5 items. A 48-page booklet called What to Expect, Your First Days Free, written by former prisoners and full of advice and encouragement for everything from reconnecting with family to getting a credit card. The second item in the First Aid Reentry Kit is a resource guide specific to each man's hometown, full of contact information for organizations, ministries, and businesses that provide services to those who are returning from prison. The third item in the kit is a North Carolina DMV driver handbook for those who will need to renew their driver's license or get one for the first time after they get out. The fourth item is an OurJourney t-shirt in the appropriate size, providing each man with at least 1 item of clothing. And the final item is a gift card for a local restaurant, enough for at least 2 meals. Eventually, we plan to expand the OurJourney First Aid Reentry Kit program to every prison in the state, so that each of those 20,000 prisoners who return to our communities each year get their best chance to find their best life. We won't reach everybody, of course, but we know firsthand the value of a helping hand. Where do we want to be in 10 years? To be honest, I would love for OurJourney not to even exist 10 years from now because the need no longer exists. Wouldn't that be great? Until the recidivism rate drops to 0%, however, we will be here, expanding our outreach and meeting people where they are, doing what we can to make our community stronger, safer, and more complete. For more information about Our Journey, including ways you can join us, please visit our website at ourjourneytogether.org. Thank you, and may God bless you.